Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to World Gospel Broadcasting Network. I am Abanda Edwin. Thank you for taking time to be here this evening, to be part of this program this day. Thank you very, very much for always taking time to follow what is going on here. So this evening I'll be taking a critical look at the Preachers Forum and the misplaced objectives of it as we can perceive that it is. Just to say that the Preachers Forum that just passed, we are happy. Several lessons that were presented. From what I got from my reporter there, it was so wonderful, and lessons were presented that were so enriching, especially the lesson that was presented by Mr. Langwe on preparing your own Timothy. That lesson was so powerful, and we thank God for such a lesson. Now, after critically looking at the Preachers Forum, we realize that these are the objectives of it. Preachers interaction and learn from one another to facilitate unity in biblical and doctrine of the Church of Christ, for experience sharing. This is where it is as of now. For preachers to come and interact like we have not been interacting before. We want to come and interact and to learn from each other. Of course, we always learn from each other. To facilitate unity in biblical and doctrine of the Church of Christ. I don't even think we have a problem of doctrine. Doctrine is not our problem in this country. And doctrine will not be our problem. Doctrine can only be our problem when people want to force what they think of people. It becomes a problem. I don't see it to be any problem at all. We know that we have some archaic people, some kind of people that, I don't know. When I take time, I go through Churches of Christ in Nigeria, Churches of Christ in Ghana, Churches of Christ in South Africa, Churches of Christ in Zimbabwe, Churches of Christ in Sierra Leone, Churches of Christ in America. You see that there is a lot of flexibility in the way things have been done. And everything is not the same. However, the cardinal doctrines are all the same. If you look at the things that people are fighting on, has nothing, it's either a cultural matter. Imagine issues like hair covering. How can we be talking about that? I mean, you go and carry cultural matter and you are taking people's head for what? It's not necessary. The Preachers Forum was actually supposed to be identifying, bringing together preachers, elders, and church leaders from learning from each other. You know, identifying is very important, and then bringing together preachers, elders, and church leaders so that we can come together and we converge and look at a lot of things. Identification of problems faced by the Churches of Christ in Cameroon and possible solutions. We're supposed to look at the problems that the church is facing, improving the welfare of preachers in Cameroon. These are cardinal issues that we should be talking about. These cardinal issues are fundamental. They are important that our people, the preachers of this country, should be able to come together and look at the preachers' welfare, the infrastructural problem. You know, it's not that we go for programs, we have lessons, and after the lessons, we forget everything. Just like what was presented by Minister Langwe. if we were able to go into what he presented and critically look at the things he talked about, so many people will adjust themselves. We need to prepare a foundation and possibly prepare the church of tomorrow. And the church of tomorrow will be the same church of today if nothing is done to prepare for tomorrow. The preacher welfare in this country is catastrophic. The infrastructural problem in this country is catastrophic. If these two things are left out of the preachers' gathering, then we are gathering for what? To look at our faces, talking about doctrine. Do we say we have a doctrinal problem? Learning from each other. Have we not been learning? When we meet for annual and other program, what are we doing? We say that we have not learned enough from school. We still need to go as though we are going for classes again. We are just refreshing and looking some technical areas, encouraging ourselves. But categorically, the fundamentals of the church are well spelled out, and we don't have a problem about that. So we need to really sit again and critically think. It is very, very important. We need to critically think about that. And then let me also talk about, we have also lost some ministers for some time. I mean, they are already at the Abraham bosom. We thank God for everything. God gives and takes. I think the recent minister we have is Minister Kem from Lebialem. We send our condolences to the family. I saw some contribution going on, which is good. But I don't know whether the contributions are done selectively or how, because I saw contribution for Minister Nguti. But I did not show any contribution. Is it for Abang Michael or so? I hope I'm not mistaken. I didn't see any contribution for him, but I'm seeing contribution for Kem John. And they are talking about her and a widow. Was this man also having a widow? You see, these are the things that call in for criticism, and if they are being done, people will start crying out that they are sacrificing, they are doing this, and others are criticizing them. Yes, we have to come in and look at that. It is done properly. It's not be done as though some people have their people on the black plum. So when they cut the black plum, they give it only to those that are their own. It's like we are segregative. It's like we are segregative, which is not very, very good at all. We have to be very, very circumspect the way that thing is being done, unless it may become a type that may instead spark some mixed feeling into people that will not be very good. So it should be. Why is it that some people are favored and some people are not doing it? I have also said that the same way they are mobilizing to see that we support people, support the human being, those are alive, supporting to go and bury ministers. They should be mobilizing for us to be buying lands and constructing buildings for the church. They should be mobilizing ministers, mobilizing congregation to be able to contribute. Let's put a radio station. Let's put a TV station. How are we behaving like this thing is very, very impossible? Why are we behaving like it's something that cannot happen? What is happening? If these monies can come out and come out like this, you think that if you bring a radio station project, it will not happen? I see people cooperating to put on schools, cooperating. Why are we running away from the most important thing, which is evangelism? And we know that with the modern time, we have to engage into modern evangelism. We are only in the archaic system. People don't want people in their homes again. Some feel that you may come as a criminal. You may disguise that you're a pastor, whether you're a criminal, you can come and cause harm. People, it's long at those days when people will be moving to people's houses, knocking gate. We should be preaching, and people should get it in their homes and call us to come and do their baptism and call us to come and do further study if they want. These are the things that should happen. This is very, very important. And another thing also is that we need to start looking at the Preacher's Wife Association. in this country. The preachers' wives have to come together. We already have the preachers' forum, but our wives are left out. I'm not talking about the women forum. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the preachers' wife of this country. They have to start looking at a way to come together as well, so that they can be empowered as a preacher's wife. That's very, very important. That also have to be looked into it critically. Okay. So we really need to stand up. We really need to do something fast as possible, as well as radio station and TV station concerned. Because if somebody must make me happy, we should be looking at this. And if it is becoming a norm that if a preacher pass away, contribution to be done, then it should be done to all. We are supporting Minister Kemkem's wife and the children. It's a good thing. Very good. We supported Minister Guti and the family. It's a good thing. But Brother Michael was not supported. The widow was never supported. That call for consent. It's like some people are interested in some people because their family member, is their friend, or their son is closer to them. Their son is their schoolmate. Their son left the school where they are instructor or something. So they are making in such a manner that is very suspicious. Or this one is my family person, is my friend, is from my village, is from my this. When people begin to do things like that, there's a call to consent. I'm just saying this so that people should know that we are watching everything that's happening. There must always be people who are watchdogs to look at how things are being done. It's very, very important. So these are some of the few updates that I have to bring to you. I'll be taking time to bring my guests, and we'll look at some other issues as time goes on. Do well to follow the preaching on Facebook. Go there and look at World Gospel Broadcasting Network on Facebook page and follow that program that's there. It's very, very impacting. God bless you. I'm Abanda Edwin. God bless the Church of Christ. Bye-bye.